Sugar is sadly included in almost everything nowadays, and unfortunately, even if you stop eating refined sugars and watch for added sugars, you are still under the risk because of the significant amount of carbs we intake. That's in most people's diet. So technically, we are being fed sugar or carbs one way or another, which brings me to my most important point here. Cancer cells need a huge amount of sugar to fuel their growth. Cancer cells use about 200 times more glucose than normal cells. This fact alone tells us how cancer and tumors survive in our body. Apart from this major fact, sugar has a major effect on your brain and immune system. After sugar or carb intake, the brain becomes slow and impaired, and eventually brain cells will die in the long run. We will discuss more harmful effects in this video. In addition, your immune system is decreased by up to 50% after 1 to 2 hours of ingestion and lasts up to 5 hours. These are pretty heavy factors to consider, although there are many more, but I think limiting your sugar and carb intake will have tons of benefits on your health, well-being, and mental clarity, as well as general energy, will all gain a boost. We will also discuss more benefits shortly. I call sugar the accepted society drug, with many hidden dangers. Super addictive and even has withdrawal symptoms. It's widely available, causing people and even parents to think it's okay. They feed their kids lots of it, get their body used to it. We have to know that not everything that's widely accepted and available is safe for us. For example, alcohol is widely available, but causes all sorts of health issues and even death. Sugar is no better. Let's not forget about diabetes, which is directly linked to sugar. That's basically when you lose one of your very important organs, the pancreas. After that, lots of other problems will occur in your body. According to the study, consuming excessive amounts of sugar can result in a range of health issues, such as obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure. These health conditions can then raise the risk of developing heart disease and stroke, which are some of the primary causes of death globally. The study also estimates that sugar-related fatalities are more prevalent than those resulting from gun violence. Let's dig deeper about the risks of sugar consumption. Inflammation. Consuming too much sugar can cause chronic inflammation in the body, which has been linked to the development of many chronic diseases, including cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's disease. Increased risk of chronic diseases. Consuming too much sugar has been linked to an increased risk of chronic diseases, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer. Nutrition deficiencies. Consuming too much sugar can lead to nutrition deficiencies, as sugary foods often replace more nutrition-dense foods in the diet. Weight gain. Consuming too much sugar can lead to weight gain, which increases your risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes again, and other health problems. Then we have cancer. Tumors that start in the thin, flat cells in your lungs gobble up even more glucose. They need huge amounts of sugar to fuel their growth. Consuming sugar can result in cancer growing and spreading more quickly. Refined sugar can also cause inflammation in the body, and prolonged inflammation of any sort can sometimes lead to an increased risk of cancer. This might sound repetitive, but I'm mentioning every angle that sugar damages our body. The next important factor is that carbs also end up being sugar in our bodies. Higher carbohydrate intake may also stimulate insulin secretion, which not only accelerates glucose uptake by cancer cells, but also stimulates the rapid reproduction of cancer cells. Too many calories from carbohydrates can lead to weight gain, obesity, and increased risk of diseases, including certain types of cancer like breast and colon cancer. And carbohydrates with a high glycemic index have been linked to increased lung cancer. Now let's talk about the effects on our brain. Lack of focus. You're likely familiar with the boost we feel after consuming something sugary. But this newfound alertness doesn't last for long. Mood crash, memory impairment, high stress levels, personality changes, addiction, immune system suppression. High blood sugar over time damages blood vessels in the brain that carry oxygen-rich blood. When your brain receives too little blood, brain cells can die. This is called brain atrophy and can cause problems with memory and thinking and eventually can lead to vascular dementia. Finally, the positive side of quitting sugar. Here are the great benefits. Less depression and anxiety. Sugar can cause neurobiological brain function changes, altered emotional states and anxiety, less inflammation in the body, reduced risk of cancer, increased energy, better gut health, better dental health, lowered risk of diabetes, better skin, a strong immune system, a better sleep, weight loss. Overall, you will live much more healthier, and a healthier mind and body will result in a happier life. Now, if you are thinking of quitting sugar, you have to consider the withdrawal symptoms. Just like withdrawing from drugs, sugar has major and noticeable ones. You will feel fatigued, irritated, nauseated, or have difficulty concentrating. Disrupted sleep patterns may also result. Most people even get flu-like symptoms for a week until their body adjusts to a better fuel source, usually protein and healthy fats. In conclusion, save yourself and quit eating sugar. If you can't, at least limit your sugar to 20 grams per day or 5 teaspoons until you are able to completely stop it, or maybe once a week can be okay. The danger is when you don't allow your body to take complete break from it. That's where you get under the risk of developing and feeding cancer cells. My next recommendation is watch your carb intake. Carbs end up like sugar in your body after they are broken down to glucose, which is basically sugar. I personally won't tell you to go on a keto diet, but find a balance in your carb intake. I definitely recommend a low carb, high protein diet, which prevents your body from relying on the wrong fuel source of sugar, allowing it to use healthy fats as its main fuel. If you really want to kickstart your body to get super healthy, I highly recommend intermittent fasting if you want to take a serious approach towards cleansing, detoxing, and healing your body. We will talk more about that in another video soon. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you very much for your time.